Yo, peace. What's happening, brother?
I'm all right. What's good with you?
All right, man. So yeah, we in the lab right now. We doing it basement style, man. We kind of taking it back to the basics. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you introduce yourself to the viewing audience for those who don't know, brother?
My name is K-Son. They used to know me as Bizarre Behavior, ill behavior, whatever. I go by the attribute of K-Son.
Okay, peace.
Peace.
All right. So yeah, we live from Negro Public Radio's Freedom Radio satellite networks in the basement, man. Why don't you talk a little bit about this classic album review series that we're doing? It's a continuation of an ongoing engagement within hip-hop and the culture that we grew up on, was influenced by. But talk about this conversation specifically around Group Home's classic album, Living Proof.
Right. Well, you know, like I said, it came out in 95. And I think 95 was like the best year of hip-hop because it had a whole bunch of dope albums that came out from the East, West, South, Midwest. But the Group Home, to me, was a gritty tale of two young men, one from the Bronx, one from Brooklyn. And they spoke about what they envisioned, what they seen out in the world as this rock was rotating, this globe called Earth. And they just put it down to music, put it in paper, made it visual. And it was a classic album, you know. Some people might say the lyrics wasn't up to par, but I think the lyrics just matched the songs, the beats, the tracks. And they just put their version of the world on that record, what they saw throughout their lens, how they felt from happiness to anger. And it came out to be a classic album that was really slept on. You know, Living Proof, the beats was dope. Premier did his thing. He put his foot in those beats. You know, he really orchestrated some music that y'all would enjoy. You know, it had collaboration from Guru to Big Suge. And it was a dope album, man. It's a classic to me, man.
This whole album, Kid Capri joints.
This was, and this one, Tony Touch, this was a dope mixed CD too. The Apollo out, Premier, can't forget that, brother. Look at the graffiti. See, that's another aspect of element of hip hop that is not that corporate America. You know how they strip cultures of their history? Corporate America is stripping the history of hip hop little by little. The graffiti was the visual of hip hop. It was the Picasso of hip hop. We didn't have arts galleries, so brothers in New York City went and bombed trains and tagged all over the city.
What can the people expect to see, to hear? Because this is something that we're actually going to put on the SoundCloud platform so we can focus more on the music. We did put out part 1. So we definitely encourage people to check out part 1 on freedomradioandtv.com. But as the conversation continues, what should the people expect to hear and actually learn from this very important dialogue about a classic album?
Well, just know that hip hop back then meant so much to the community. It meant so much. It was a CNN, you had Public, and you had a whole different type of entities, MCs who was trying to send messages out to the masses. This is the breakdancing, other element of hip hop that's getting stripped.
And black people are disappearing.
And that's another thing now. You know, this is black and Hispanic people here. All of a sudden now, Black folks ain't breaking no more. Hispanics ain't breaking no more. Look at all this. Comic books. The New York City Breakers, Lil Lep, and Mr. Wave, one of the illest poppers. You know what I mean? Man, this is hip hop, man. Look at the South Bronx right here. This is the 2 Train. This is with the 2 Train or the 5 Train. This is in the 80s. Look, Wild Style. Man, hip hop, man. Man. Back then, I was really loved it because hip hop meant something. So when you listen to this album should mean something to you guys, especially the younger generation watching. Check it out. These was young cats who, like I said, envisioned the world through their lens, through anger and happiness, through frustration, through glory. The album's up and down. The emotions of the album goes different ways. So that's what this album had meant to me when I bought it. I bought it on cassette tape. If the younger viewers, y'all don't know nothing about cassette tapes. It was before CDs or now online. There was none of that. Cassette tapes, like I said, we had cassettes. So just peep the album out and take a good listen. The Group Home album to me was a classic, man. And Gangstar and Premier was behind that, legendary Gangstar. And it meant a lot to me, that album. So take a listen, man. It's a dope album.